Welcome back, guys. Let's put this in the ether. This is gonna be an impromptu video. Is what's going on in my mind. Is what I've observed. Is that in most marriages, right? Most husbands are really being pulled. How do I put this? They're puppets of their wives. Let's say that. Their string are being pulled by their wives most of the time, right? And we have all these surplus of all these beta male husband out there doing anything that the wives can, or doing anything that the wives tell them what to do. And I don't see. I mean, I see a reason why, right? Because these men, they lost hope in their relationship. They feel threatened. They feel hostage to the wives, right? This is why they are easily controlled by the wives, because ultimately they don't want the bad thing to happen to them, which is a divorce. And what do wives do? They use these divorce as a leverage against the men, right? They use this idea of, if you don't follow and control what I say, or tell you what, or do what I tell you as I tell you what to do, right? I'm gonna lure this idea of divorce over your head. And what does that do? It compromises the men. It makes the men weak. It makes the men capitulate. It makes the men follow the wife's order all the time, and so on and so forth. That men can be nothing but a bunch of yes men, sheep, and puppets to the wives. And ultimately, regardless, all right, now when you become a sheep and puppet to your wife, right? Most likely she can divorce you anyway, right? She can divorce you anyway. Like, if you become a puppet for your wife, that means you're demonstrating low value. You're demonstrating weakness. You're demonstrating that you're being controlled. Your wife is dominating over you. And at that point, what's the point? She's going to divorce you anyway, regardless. Right? You, as a man, you are not supposed to let this idea of the divorce linger over your head. Right? You're giving her power. Right? Most guys out there, they relinquish power so easy to their wives. Right? Because they feel like they have lost no hope. If that's the case, if you understand it in the beginning, why do you even get married in the first place? This is why it's not optimal for you guys to get married. If you can get married, just don't do the paperwork. Right? Once you do the paperwork, she can lure that paper over your head constantly. And now she got power over you. You know? I mean, I'm not against marriage. I'm only against the paperwork. If you want to get married, fine. But why do you have to sign the paperwork? Now you're just a string puppet for your wives. Right? And now you're being controlled by your wives. Right? And it leads to all these men being beta male simps, doing all these stuff just to cater to their wives. Why? Because she hold a contract over your head. You know, and by that point, if she do that, man, if you let her have the power over you, and she know that she had the power over you by using this contract, at that point, I don't even care no more. I'll still say no. If in my point of view, regardless, if she have that kind of mentality, if you with a woman in that mentality and she used that kind of advantage over you, there's no point in saving your relationship. The relationship can fall down regardless, no matter what. No matter what you do, you be damned if you do, you be damned if you don't. You can't do anything right. So at that point, you might as well just stand up for yourself. It's like, no, I will not do this. I'll be my own man. You are following what I'm telling you to do. If you don't like it, there's a door. If you don't like it, we'll get divorced automatically. No, but we have men out there who's scared about being divorced, who's scared. I understand why you're scared about divorce, man. And I mean, it's not an ideal thing, but at some point you gotta man up and not let your wife dangle that idea over your head. And you just got like, okay, fine, you want a divorce? Fine, get it. I don't care no more. At this point, if you using that idea of divorce, dangling it over my head, pull the trigger already. Get a divorce. You know? But at least you're not a little bitch about it. At least you're not a puppet. That's the thing. I'd rather go through divorce than be a puppet to your wives and be in a unhappily marriage. All right, I'd rather get a divorce than being in a failed marriage, than being in a marriage that nobody likes each other. Being a marriage where everything is not equal, where the women have more dominance over me. right? Fine, I'll take the bullet for that. I'll bite the bullet. No, but we have men out there that are being weak and soft and capitulating to the wife saying, yes, dear, happy wife, happy life, happy wife, happy life. Because they're so afraid. If they're not afraid, they wouldn't be doing this. But no, most men are afraid of their wives. Let's say that. Most men are extremely afraid of their wives because they're the idea of divorces. If you're in a relationship where you're afraid of your wife, right? There's no point anymore. You might as well get a divorce. Right? There's no point. She's going to file a divorce regardless because she sees the weakness in you. A woman that will not want to be with a weak man. And she see a weakness in you, most likely she could divorce you anyway. Right? If you're just nothing but a bunch of yes men, she most likely could divorce you anyway. So at that point, if you start picking up signs that she's using you, taking you for advantage, using the idea of divorce, there's no point. That's an indicator she's going to pull the trigger anyway. At that point, there's no point of listening to her all the time. Right? As a man, you have to hold restraint. You have to hold masculine frame. Right? Maybe she's just bluffing. Test her out to see if she bluffed. If she bluff, fine. She's not going to do it. But if she's not going to bluff, okay, she's doing you a favor. Get a divorce. Right? She's showing you her true sides. But no, we have men out there that are so weak. They want to be in a miserable relationship with their wives. Letting the wife control them. Letting the wife bang them in the head. Letting the wife smack them around. Right? Guys, you have to put up with this kind of stuff. Right? And this is what leads to a guy cheating on a woman because he's not being appreciated. Right? He's being emasculated by his wife. Right? And the wife would find out the hard way, oh, why did you cheat on me? But, well, maybe you didn't treat him well. Maybe you keep verbally abusing him. That's why he finds somebody else who could treat him well. This is the only reason why guys cheat on women, to find other appreciation elsewhere. Right? And women are speechless when they find out their husband cheat on them. Oh, you cheat on me. Well, maybe you probably did something that made him cheat on you. Right? Maybe it's your fault. Maybe, I mean, I'm not advocating cheating, right? I'm not advocating cheating, but if a guy feel like that's the only way for him to get satisfaction, like by all means, that's his decision. I'm not able to control him, right? But it sure beats being in a miserable wedding with a woman who don't appreciate you, being in a marriage that a woman is using you as a puppet, telling you what to do, telling you how to vote, telling you what to buy, telling you what to wear. That's not a man. A man is not a person who take orders from his wife constantly, daily, happy wife, happy life, all these BS out there. A happy wife, happy life, she's still going to be miserable, she's still going to pull the trigger and divorce you anyway. So what's even the point? If she's going to be happy or she's not. If she's not going to be happy, she's going to divorce you. Right? If she's not happy, it's inevitable. If she's going to divorce you regardless. So you might as well have a quick divorce. Right? Then being a string puppet for her, right? Beating you down, telling you worthless, right? Putting you down, shooting you down, showing no sign of appreciation, holding sex from you, right? Gentlemen out there, right? Don't be a puppet for your wives, man. I'm not telling you to be abusive or anything like that. But you have to stand up for yourself. Stop being a weak person. That's what it is. That's what made her turn on you in the first place. Because you're showing your weak side. That's what happened to most marriages, right? When guys get married, they capitulate to the wife. They give up everything to the wife. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to maintain order in your household. You're the leader of your castle. What goes in your house, you are the decision makers. That's the king. You're the king of your castles, not her. But this is what leads to a lot of guys being weak. Right? A lot of husbands are weak. They're nothing but the puppets to the wives. Right? The wives were the pets of the relationships. Right? And if you're at that point, right, she can divorce you no matter what. Regardless. She's not gonna look at you, she's gonna look at you like as a utility. That's what it is. You're nothing but a utility to her. She's not gonna respect you. She's already putting you down, belittling you. How's that respect? That's not respect. She's not even treating you like an equal. That's not respect. Right? She's using you as a puppet. You're a human being. You're not a puppet. But no, we have in all relationship out there, right? Most men out there are puppets for their wives. That's why it is, right? And I'm seeing that constantly within almost every relationships. That the husband are so weak to their wives. You're not supposed to be weak to your wives. Don't be a puppet. Right? Next thing you know, your wife tell you how to vote. Oh, honey, I'm a Democrat. You have to vote Democrat. No! Use your sense. Right? If you vote for somebody else, vote for somebody else. Don't let your wife dictate you how to vote. Dictate you how to make decisions. Right? She's controlling you. Most men are being controlled by their wives. And you have to realize that. But on that note, guys, I digress. I just want to make this video to point out that most husbands out there are just puppets for their wives, right? So let me know if you agree or disagree. Leave a comment below, and you like my content. I drop videos daily. You want to support me? You can like, share, subscribe. And on that note, guys, thanks for listening. And as always, peace and blessings.